Welcome to the Wealth Ninja podcast, and today we've got a special husband and wife team, both lawyers, legal associates, right in Babatoi. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, to talk to you on your special program that's Wealth Ninja, Don Ha.
And how many staff or how many lawyers in your firm?
We are 20 plus staff at Legal Associate with general practice.
Yes.
Around 16 we got solicitor and our support staff.
Most lawyers in South Auckland are on a team of 2 or 3. How do you guys get 22 people in Babatoi? That's like a hidden success here.
Yeah, that's right. Because me and Ashima got a vision
Yes.
that we want to become one of the top leading law firms in South Auckland. And that's why we are working with the different communities. So it's not about our one community like ethnic community, Indian. We work with all the communities. It's a multicultural boutique law firm.
Wow, and I noticed recently we meet Joseph in your firm, and he was great with our Mandarin speaking customers.
Correct.
And having one of that lawyer that can talk the language, it makes our job a lot easier. But how many language does the firm speak?
It's a 13 plus language in our staff. Solicitors can talk.
Yeah.
Wow, and what sort of language?
See,
Punjabi, Hindi?
Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati. That's
Yes.
Indian side of things.
Yeah.
And then we have a Japanese speaking.
Japanese
Yes.
now?
Now
Wow.
we have Chinese. We
Okay.
have Filipino. We have Samoan. We had Tongan, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Filipino.
And then, Filipino is done.
Wow.
We have to tick all of those. Yeah.
So
And Sri Lankan. So in Sri Lankan also there are two different people. So we have a Tamil speaking, and then what is the other one called for the Sri Lankan?
Saheli.
Saheli speaking.
how do you tell somebody off Ashima that you're well known for? And what language you speak to them in?
Yeah, right. I'm personally speak in Hindi, Punjabi, and of course English.
Okay.
But so whatever the Punjabi speaking community we have, so I can actually go in there and talk to them in their own language.
Now, I was really impressed with the amount of service that your firm provides. Raj, please comment on the service you provide.
Well, as we said, it's a general practice.
Yes.
So we do sale purchase of property, businesses, employment, criminal,
Yes.
civil litigation, commercial litigation, immigration,
Yes.
and relationship property as well.
So
So
the
lots of
one-stop shop.
services.
Yes.
Yeah, one-stop shop.
Now, I was so impressed that last in was it August that when we had Robin Bank over?
Robin Banks, yeah.
Yes.
So we had a problem with his visa. What
Yeah.
happened was he applied for the wrong visa, and we got 650 people waiting for him the next day,
Yeah.
and he was on standby, and there's no other way of getting his visa, and like Wealth Ninja is about going to the ninja. You are the ninja of this visa business.
Yeah, I
And
know.
how did you manage to get him a 3 years visa, not even a 1 month visa, and he was there the next day in Auckland to deliver his seminar? That was like a ninja rescue to me.
Correct. Now, thanks, Adong, for commenting or giving Legal Associate a new name, Immigration Ninja. That's really great. Yeah. Thing is that we expert in immigration and we know how to work with immigration team.
Yes.
Immigration managers,
Yeah.
and that's what we came to know that he applied under a wrong category. First, we rectified the category and advised immigration officer that he is, as you said, on standby there,
Yes.
and 650 people are waiting in New Zealand, Wellington, and Auckland.
Yes.
I understand it was, I think, Friday or Saturday. His seminar was there, so we spoke to them, and team was they applied online in South Africa. And file was assigned somewhere in Manila, Philippines.
Wow.
And we were in Auckland. So we communicating to them through emails and phone, spoke with manager and make them understand what's the situation. They understand the situation. They did state of a visa for that particular event. And after that, I sat with Robin Banks and spoke to him his requirements
Now,
and all that.
what sort of ninja? I'm going to call you the ninja of immigration. I mean, God, at New Zealand time was closed, but you were smart enough to go to Philippines because it was time difference.
Yes, correct. It was there. Time
who
difference
would
around
thought
like
of
4
that?
hours.
Legal associates.
Yeah.
I mean, who would thought?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I never thought about that. So obviously, that's not my field, right? You're the ninja in your field. I'm a ninja in my field.
Of course.
And for property wise, conveyancing is obviously your bread and butter everyday business.
Yes.
That's what you do.
Yes.
And then you do asset protections.
Yes.
Yes.
So you set up trust.
Trust.
Yes, we do that.
Okay. And then you set up trading trust as well for clients.
Yes.
Okay. Then when it goes from there, then when you move on to say the worst case scenario, this has always happened when there's a divorce that comes.
Yeah.
That's obviously not a nice thing to deal with, but you've still got to deal with it, right?
Yes.
So what do you do in that case? Like, let's say something happened, you obviously can't act for husband and wife at the
No.
same time. You only can act for one or the other.
Yeah.
And usually, is it quite a smooth? Sometimes it's quite smooth split, or sometimes it can be difficult.
It is. And most of the time, I would say it is always a rocky sort of a split. It's hardly smooth because definitely they are splitting, they are separating, so it can't be really, really smooth. The only thing when I have seen it smooth is if they have a prenup agreements, so they know what they are getting in any case, so they are not jumping or crossing their boundaries, sort of a thing. So then that is a situation where it's pretty smooth, but otherwise it is a rocky sort of a situation. And when it involves a trust or a LTC or those sort of companies or businesses, of course it becomes a really hard next level step.
Right.
But first thing, whenever the couple is splitting, first thing we need to see is whether they are in a qualifying relationship or not. Because I do, today also I got this inquiry where the husband and wife were only married for 1 year, and they wanted to split the whole thing, relationship property and all, which they do not qualify as per the relationship property split. If you want 50-50, you should be under a relationship for at least 3 years.
Wow.
So before 3 years, if you are splitting, too bad.
And how does your service, what say, for example, when that happens, somebody pick up the phone, say Saturday and Sunday, what happened? The law firm, has it got a 24-hour service, or has it got a hotline service, or they wait until Monday, or what do they do?
Well, on email, of course, we are available there, so they can send us an email. And on Saturday, during school term, we run that legal clinic for all kind of legal problems.
Really?
Yes, yes. So that's a free service for the community we do, and our vision and aim, me and Ashima, we started this together, legal clinic, free legal consultation with the communities, so they can come and discuss with us or our staff solicitors about their problem.
And this is at your office?
At our office
And this
during
is
school term.
no charge?
No charge.
No charge. It's a free legal consultation.
When was a lawyer don't charge anything?
Oh, we are the ones.
Wow, that's
we
amazing.
started.
Why we started this? The only concept is because we even use it that as our slogan, as we are here to help and educate the community. And when I went to various seminars and all, I noticed that there is always a myth, as you said, since when the lawyers have started working for free. And there is a notion that, lawyers are really, really expensive. So we wanted to break that ice. No, that's fine. Yes, we are expensive. But for the first initial meeting, you can come, walk in for free. We can assess everything. And if we do not by chance do that area of practice, at least we can guide you through to relevant lawyers. So we just wanted to educate and help the community, and that's why we started this free service.
Well, I must say that, I had dealing with your law firm now for quite a few years and get to know your staff, and you make it so approachable that anyone can talk to you. Your staff are friendly. They're even available after hours, in the weekends. It's just quite a point of difference that your firm provide.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
it comes now to, obviously, that's the law side of it. But obviously, we also, now it's our turn, we advise you on properties and investments, and you obviously travel to Queenstown with us, you invest in some of the property with us. How have you found our service to you?
As I told you earlier as well, and again I want to say this while we are talking, the point of difference or the key difference which I have felt dealing with you guys is you and your team is that you are not pushy. And that is a very important and very different aspect I have seen in you. Because normally I deal with so many real estate agents because you do conveyancing and you deal with them. But everyone is always very pushy. They just want the deal to be done and that's it. By hook or by crook, just do it sort of a thing. You guys always very straightforwardly, even when we went to Queenstown, you just clearly said, yes, you have a cooling off period of 14 days.
Yes.
You can make up your mind if you want to go ahead or not. Just sign it if you really like the property. If you don't, that's fine. So that is kind of a transparency which is really stands you out from any other real estate agency, I think.
Oh, thank you. And how have you found when we sit down and we be able to give you some advice with the future, grow your firm, grow your customer service, more importantly, grow your wealth? Was that helpful to you?
Don, yeah, very helpful in that matter, because see, every property investor, or I would say any client who is interested in the property as a real estate, they always want a future. That what is future, not one or two deals. And we have seen that you sit with them, make a plan. I think first question when we sat last time with our client as well, you asked, what's your future plan? So you ask them what is their requirement. As per their requirement, you make a plan. So that's really impressive.
Yeah, thank you. And Ashima, you had the opportunity to travel with us to India when I was a guest speaker there, and wow, to my surprise, I got that #2 World Award in the first 6 months.
Exactly.
And the amount of people that come up to me.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. I still talk about that experience with
All
him,
the
and
time.
I always
Yeah.
tell
Okay.
him, you missed the opportunity. It was real good fun to see, especially I think I told you in India as well, I saw your presentation and I looked around in that room. People were actually listening. You know, sometimes when you go to a presentation, you see it, after 10-15 minutes, you start feeling, okay, yes, I'm sitting here, but I just have to sit here, so I'm sitting here. But no, when you were giving it, people were making the notes. They were really attentive and they were asking the questions as well. So that is a clear sign that yes, whatever you were saying, people were really engaged and really interested in the topic.
Well, I was meant to talk for an hour, but the next speaker didn't make it, so they made me talk for 2 hours.
2 hours, I know.
And I didn't. I talked for 2 hours. But the highlight in there for me was not that I was talking in that seminar and inspire people, but I went to Louis Vuitton.
Oh yeah.
You obviously know who
yes,
Louis
yes,
Vuitton is,
yes,
don't you?
Yeah.
I went to Louis Vuitton shop.
Yeah.
And what's that hotel in
Taj.
the Taj?
The Taj
Okay.
at Mumbai, isn't it?
That's right. And underneath it is a Louis Vuitton shop.
Okay.
And I work in there at 10 till 9, and I talked to the lady there. They were having some sort of function, and she mentioned that she hosts a regional event in Queenstown, Arrowtown.
Okay.
And actually, I saw a lot of people in Queenstown, so we had a
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah.
And she said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I'm here because I want to change India." And she said, "How so?" I said, "Because I want to be able to coach the teenagers from the age of 20 right to the age of 50, how to get into poverty, how to create wealth, and how to change the next generation to come. If we can coach 40 people, they do another 40, they do another 40.
Yep.
And she just stopped me and she said, "Please stop." And I thought, what have I done wrong? Anyway, she closed the door and she got all her stuff together. This is Louis Vuitton.
Wow.
They all sit on the floor and I had 15 minutes of talking about my story to them.
Oh, nice.
How to create wealth.
Yeah, and this is Louis Vuitton, and then when she gave me her card, she was the CEO of Louis Vuitton India.
Wow.
She was there for the same reason, was to change India.
Cool. That's a big thing.
I was just so overwhelmed by
Yeah,
that.
of
There's all
course.
these beautiful people
Yeah.
working in Louis Vuitton in their black
Yeah.
suits, and they gave me this option to
Yeah.
shut down the shop.
Oh,
That was my highlight of India.
Yeah.
But more importantly, when I went to the temple, the temple out the sea. I don't know what the name of that temple is. The one where you walk to the path and there's
You
that,
must be knowing that in Mumbai.
yeah,
that
that
It's,
temple.
is it a Muslim temple?
I don't know. I think it is maybe, but when it goes right out of the sea and you walk
You
to
know,
it.
Yeah, it
in
may be a
Mumbai-
dargah there. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Dargah.
I have seen the photos, but I actually don't. But I think it's a Muslim sort of a.
It's a
It's a
dargah.
mosque sort of a thing.
Well, there were a lot
Yeah.
of bakers along the way,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
either side.
Yeah.
And all these little girls and boys. And I had money on me, so I want to give them everything,
Yeah.
money. Everyone got one. I went to this little girl and a mother. And at that moment, it reminded me of when I was a boy from Vietnam.
Oh.
Because obviously India population,
Yeah.
Vietnamese, it's very busy.
Yeah.
But I was one of this, not a baker, but I was poor in Vietnam. I was a little boy.
Yeah.
And when I gave her the money, I asked Mala to translate for me. When I gave her the money, I said, one day she'll become a multi-millionaire to the mother.
Oh.
Because we all got the same opportunity.
Correct.
And then sometimes, there's a lot of wealthy people, famous Bollywood
Yeah,
actors, everybody.
yeah,
You never
yeah.
know where you get to,
Exactly.
That level.
Exactly. So
That is so nice of you.
well,
Of saying those words, you know.
well, I always believe in
Yeah.
everyone that can achieve,
Yes.
and that's just my personality. That's what I do. You know.
Correct. I think that's what we believe. That's what our motto is, that educate and help the community. So we do charitable cases as well. We don't
Yes.
like based on pro bono as well. So our vision is to help the community and create opportunities for them as well, where they can show their skills, they can achieve their own goals, and they can become something in their own life. And probably I would agree with you, Don, in this, that when you created this Wealth Ninja, Ashima was really excited to be a part of your Wealth Ninja.
Thank you.
That I will be helping lots of people in New Zealand, and probably as you gone, India with your team, and she was a part of your team, that she will be on a bigger way or bigger part of that bigger picture, helping lots of people in this Wealth Ninja.
So firstly, you have a team of 22 staff.
Yeah.
You speak 30 languages in the law firm. A beginner person come for the property, you can do that. When they got 3 or 4 property, you can put structures in place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Naturally, you advise asset protections as well when they get wealthier.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, if there was a separation, you can also help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And estate planning and trust
And then
Wills.
immigration, visas.
yes. And probably your Wealth Ninja can be related to our Immigration Ninja as well.
Right.
Because lots of wealthy overseas investors, they can invest in your Wealth Ninja program as well.
Yeah.
Because we got overseas business entrepreneur visas and
Okay.
investors as well. I understand they cannot buy a New Zealand residential houses, but they can buy on the plans
Yes.
or a new residential developments as well.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
commercial
And even
property.
commercial
Properties,
properties, yeah.
correct. Or
Okay.
businesses, yeah.
So where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years on firstly on investment wise, second on business wise?
Business wise, yes, we want to be, as we have already projected ourselves to be one of the top in South Auckland. That's what our projections are, and for next 5 years for sure.
Yeah.
And personal wise, he will tell.
Personal wise, I think we are doing very well. Ashima and me, we both are working with you how to create our profile, property investment, and we are doing very good. So in next 2 to 5 years, probably we want to make it a double of our investment.
Great. And look, I gotta say, and I this sort of interview, Don Howe, we always say the truth. We don't make things up.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta say, your firm, I work with many law firms, and your firm has made it the easiest for us to approach. Like
Yeah.
the lawyer, between the lawyer and the client is a barrier, but
Yeah.
you don't have a barrier.
No.
People can just talk to you.
Yeah.
And they come to see you and you give them the advice, you're available to them. There's no way Robin would have got that visa. There's no way Robin would have been here without you.
Yeah.
And he was so thankful he even come to your house,
Yes,
didn't
he did.
Yeah.
I mean, how often does
did.
Robin Bank come to someone's
I
house?
don't think so.
Not possible,
Not
but he was
possible.
probably, I would say, he's very humble and genuine, person who really
He
wants
is.
to appreciate our services.
Yeah.
And we were really thankful that we were a part of his
Mind
seminar, Mind Power seminar
And he
as
still
well.
checks on us whether we are
Wow,
doing
really?
our work or not.
Yeah.
So when I tell him the truth, then he's like, "Okay, I'm coming back to New Zealand." So you're more than welcome. You have 3 years visa. You
Well,
can
he
come
could be
anytime.
here for our Wealth Ninja event in March as well, so
Yeah,
you never
nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
opening,
True.
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, Ashima, Raj, thank you for coming today,
Thank
and we
you,
wish you
Don.
all the best. And a lot of the Wealth Ninja people were looking forward to meet you soon for your
Definitely.
service.
Thank you so much, Don. Thanks
And
for
thank you,
having
Don.
us.
Thank you for inviting us. And we wish you all the best for your Wealth
Wealth
Ninja
Ninja.
program. And may God bless you and all your followers and your investors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.